Hi, everyone. This is Sean Malloy, the author of The Quantum Divide. I have um, this story posted on Kindle Vella, and I wanted to read at least the first episode for you. If not, I might do a series that I read these episodes and post them on YouTube. For people to listen and read along. So I'm going to start off here. The Quantum Divide is a thrilling science fiction tale that explores the boundaries of human exploration, the fragility of existence, and the consequences of tampering with the fabric of reality. It delves into the resilience of the human spirit when faced with the unknown and raises profound questions about the nature of identity, home, and the price of discovery. Will Olivia and her team find a way back to their own universe, or will they be stranded in the ever-shifting quantum divide? This is a science fiction thriller that I started writing. I am currently working on new episodes for you to read, so I believe I'm up to episode 3 already. I'm going to start with episode 1. I am currently working on episode 4. But stick around, listen to the episode, and follow. And I don't know if it's following or liking or whatever it is on Kindle, but you can follow it there. And then also on my YouTube page. Thank you so much for doing so. All right, the first episode is called Measures of Success. The fluorescent lights flickered on as Olivia rushed into the lab, coffee in hand. She breathed in a familiar scent of sterile floors and machinery humming with potential. Her team was already hard at work, frowning at the computer screens and jotting notes onto clipboards. Olivia felt a surge of pride at the sight of them. Together they were creating something extraordinary. "Morning, everyone," she said, injecting warmth into her voice. They were running on fumes, surviving on caffeine and determination alone. She needed to keep morale high. A chorus of greeting rose in response. Olivia nodded, smiling. "How's the gateway looking today?" Lena glanced up from the complicated network of wires and circuits she was examining. "The fluctuations seem to have stabilized overnight. I've double-checked all the connections and the power levels appear normal." "Excellent." Olivia took a fortifying sip of coffee. The quantum gateway was their greatest achievement and most troublesome challenge all at once, a portal to parallel universe that had taken years of research to develop. Now they needed to figure out how to control the unpredictable rips in space-time it created. Once we have a better understanding of how the gateway functions, we'll be one step closer to unveiling it for public use, she said. Her team nodded, renewed determination etched on their faces. Success was just within their grasp. Olivia was sure of it. They'd come too far to fail now. She grinned and began her task, pushing up the sleeves of her shirt in preparation. The secrets of the quantum realm wouldn't unlock themselves. Olivia peered at the mass of wires and circuits comprising the quantum gateway. Somewhere in the tangled mess was the key to manipulating space-time itself. "Have we made any progress stabilizing the rips?" she asked. Lena shook her head. "Not yet. The fluctuations seem random. We need more data to determine the pattern, if there is even one." Olivia pursed her lips, deep in thought. There had to be a way to exert control over the gateway. They just hadn't found it yet. "Keep monitoring the power levels, and spatial distortions, she said. We may find a correlation that provides a clue. Her team nodded and got to work. Olivia watched them for a moment, pride welling in her chest. They'd faced countless obstacles over the years, but her colleagues had never given up. Together, they would solve this. The gateway hummed as energy coursed through its coils. Olivia stepped closer, scrutinizing every component. Somewhere in the intricate machines was the key to mastering parallel universes. She just had to find it. With fresh determination, Olivia joined her team. The secrets of the quantum realm were theirs for the taking. Victory was close. She could feel it. They just needed one last push to grasp. Keep at it, everyone, she said. We're making history here today. Her team responded with a chorus of agreement, reinvigorated by her encouragement. Olivia smiled. The future was theirs to shape. She was ready to meet it. As Olivia stepped into her house that evening, a weary sigh escaped her lips as she placed her briefcase by the door. Her thoughts were still consumed by theories about the gateway, but at this moment, she needed to redirect her attention toward her family. I'm home, she announced, her voice carrying a glimmer of enthusiasm, although fatigue had left tired bags under her eyes. She always managed to summon the energy to dote on her children. There was a clatter of footsteps before the tiny figures barreled into the foyer. Mommy, Yolanda and Frances shouted in unison, wrapping their arms around her waist on either side of her. Olivia chuckled and tousled their hair affectionately. They're my favorite little scientists. How was school today? We learned about plants, Yolanda replied with enthusiasm. Did you know some of them eat insects? Absolutely fascinating, Olivia responded. Her children's insatiable curiosity and their passion for exploring the world never failed to warm her heart. It was evident that they were evolving into promising young scientists. Jackson emerged from the kitchen, wiping his hands on a dish towel. Welcome back, he said. I hope the gateway is behaving itself today. It's as temperamental as ever, Olivia said wryly. She crossed the foyer to kiss her husband, while the munchkins hung from her legs, giggling uncontrollably. But we're making progress. You always do, Jackson said with a warm and prideful smile. Even after 10 years of marriage, his unwavering faith in her work continued to mean the world to Olivia. Each time he smiled like this, it made her feel like she did when they first met. Olivia had always found a man's smile attractive, and it seemed she had found the one with the most captivating smile of all. Dinner's almost ready, he informed her. Why don't you go change and unwind? I've got the kids under control. Despite still wearing his business attire from work, he effortlessly managed to pick up the kids from school and prepare dinner, making it all seem like a breeze. He truly was everything Olivia ever needed, and she knew how fortunate she was to have him in her life. Left to her own devices, the kids might rarely enjoy a home-cooked meal and might struggle in school. As dedicated as she was to being a great mom and spending quality time with her children, her career took priority and was relentlessly time-consuming. Yet her career was a bold and selfless pursuit, holding the potential to one day save humanity from the clutches of a global crisis. My hero, Olivia batted her eyes at him with relief, mimicking something of an old tale of a damsel in distress. Give me 20 minutes. With each step up the stairs, Olivia could feel the weight of the day's fatigue gradually lifting from her shoulders. No matter how grueling her workdays could be, the thought of returning home to her family always had a remarkable and rejuvenating, a remarkable way of rejuvenating her spirit. It was as if they possessed the power to infuse her with boundless well of strength and love. As she reached the top of the staircase, Olivia reflected on the incredible synergy she shared with her family. Together they formed an unbreakable, unstoppable team. Their unity was a source of endless support, comfort, and inspiration. She cherished every moment spent with them, knowing that she wouldn't trade this precious bond for anything in the world. It was a sanctuary where love, laughter, and a shared purpose flourished, and that, to Olivia, was the most priceless treasure life could offer. Olivia made her way downstairs, clad in comfortable jeans and a soft knitted sweater that hugged her frame. Her hair cascaded freely over her shoulders, and her relaxed attire spoke of the calm, cozy evening that awaited. As she descended the stairs, the inviting scent of pasta sauce simmered with spices and warm, freshly baked garlic bread greeted her senses. The kitchen was a sanctuary of culinary delights, and it was Jackson who had orchestrated this delectable symphony. "It's ready," Jackson's voice rang out, an announcement that prompted immediate excitement. Francis and Yolanda, their youthful enthusiasm uncontainable, dashed to the dining table, their eyes filled with anticipation. Jackson, ever the composed presence in the family, followed at the more measured pace, savoring the blessings of a shared meal with his loved ones. Olivia settled into her familiar place at the head of the dining table, where cherished traditions and comforting routines were the norm. Jackson busied himself by skillfully portioning out servings of pasta onto each plate, filling the room with the savory scent of homemade tomato sauce. Meanwhile, their children animatedly shared the tales of their day, their youthful exuberance infusing the space with a chaotic yet delightful energy. In this treasured moment, enveloped by the laughter and anecdotes of the individuals who held the most special place in her heart, Olivia felt a soothing wave of warmth wash over her. The lines where her lips had stretched actually ached from the duration of her persistent smile. Here she was, among the very people she loved the most in the world, a sanctuary where the burdens of the pressures of her professional life could be momentarily vanished. It was as if, at this family table, the strains of work gave way to the comforting embrace of love and connection, reminding Olivia of the true priorities in life. "How are your science projects going at school?" Olivia asked while mixing the pasta around in the thick red sauce. "Both are great. Why don't you tell Mom about them?" Jackson looked with excitement towards the kids. Francis nearly burst up from the table, flailing his arms about, describing his affinity for a project he worked on with plants. "Plants need sunlight to grow big and strong, just like we need food to grow. We gave some plants lots of sunshine, and some only a little bit. They got different kinds of dirt, too. We watched them every day and wrote down what happened. The ones with the lots of sun and yummy dirt for the plants grew really tall, like they were reaching for the sky. It was so cool. It was so cool to see how the plants like their special sun and dirt." "That's wonderful, Francis," Olivia said, reaching over to grace the cheeks of her son's face. "You know what Mommy's favorite flower is, right?" She quizzed him to see if he would remember. Without hesitation, he shouted, "Sunflowers!" Olivia laughed and nodded her head. "How about you, Yolanda? How did your project go?" Creating a machine is like making a special tool to help us do stuff more easily. Yolanda's eyes widened. These machines have different jobs, like lifting heavy things with a lever, pulling things with a pulley, or using a ramp to move things up and down. They make work simpler and teach us cool science stuff. Wow, that's so impressive, Yolanda. I just made a pulley system to transfer my toys from one end of the classroom to the other, she said. Nothing compared to your quantum gateway, Mom. I'm so proud of you both, but you know that it takes time to learn these things. And Mommy started small, just like you. Both children's eyes light up as their gaze met each other. I told you they did great. Jackson winked at Olivia and forked some pasta on his plate, preparing for a bite. They learned from the best. Olivia blushed at her incredibly handsome husband and just wondered for a moment how she was so blessed with an amazing man and her two beautiful children. It was a moment she wished she could drink up and hold on to forever. But the moment passed, and they moved through their meal before she took a pause and asked a question that had she pondered for some time now. Where do you think you would like to go first when the gateway is complete? Egypt, Frances shouted out with a mouthful of garlic bread. That would be for sure fun, Olivia answered, but what about a place we don't have here on Earth? Like an alien world filled with monsters, he said, pulling back from the table, fright filling his mind. Maybe not like that. Someplace nice and safe. I'd like to go to a place like Earth that is filled with trees and has beautiful beaches, Yolanda said. We could vacation there and build our own civilization. That would be nice, Olivia said. Egypt sounds cool too. Maybe we can go there too, without having to fly. We could just instantly zip there and start enjoying the wonderful pyramids. I would like that, Mommy, Frances said. No matter what challenges the quantum gateway brought, she would always fight to protect this. The simple joy of being together. Following the meal, Jackson took charge of clearing the table and loading the dishes into the dishwasher. Meanwhile, Yolanda eagerly retrieved the Scrabble board, pouring out the aged wooden letter pieces that had been part of their family's cherished tradition for over a century. This game has been passed down from Olivia's grandmother to her mother, and now to her and her children. The very act of learning new words and spelling through the playful board game filled her with nostalgia and a sense of connection to her family's rich history. Olivia laid out some letters on the board, joining other words weaving through each other. Molecule, Olivia spelled out for the kids. What's that? Frances asked. A molecule is like a tiny group of puzzle pieces stuck together, called atoms, and it's what makes up everything around us, like water or air. Frances' face squished inward, and his eye glossed over, not for long, until he looked down at the letters and placed some letters on the board spelling out poop. Frances, Jackson tried to hold out in his laugh. Stop it, Olivia swatted at his arm. What? Jackson held his hands up in defense. It is funny. Frances and Yolanda laughed, on the verge of sounding maniacal. Olivia smiled, her heart filled with infectious laughter. Okay, now you two. It's time for bed. Both children pleaded for more time, but it was past their bedtime already. The children giggled their way to their rooms while Olivia and Jackson cleared the table together, falling into a peaceful rhythm. You look tired, Jackson said, studying her. Are you sure you're okay? Just the unusual frustration with the gateway, Olivia said. Nothing I can't handle. If there's anything I can do to help, you only have to ask. Jackson wrapped his arms around her, pressing his lips on the base of her neck, gripping his forearms with her hands. She leaned into him and savored the warmth of his body up against hers. His steady presence was her anchor through any storm. No matter what she had been through or how she felt at the end of the day, she knew she could count on the man that completed her in this life. Every day, she felt like she relived the moment they fell in love under the stars outside of the observatory as they planned their future life together. I know, she whispered, turning toward him. Nothing. Now looking him in the eyes, his golden brown eyes looked down into hers. But for now, just keep being you. He pressed a kiss to her temple, always with a playful twinkle in his eye. A smirk crept on his face. Though Olivia knew the gateway would demand her attention again in the morning, for now she had found her peace in the place she loved best, home. As dawn broke, painting the room in hues of soft amber and gentle gold, Olivia stirred from her slumber. She stretched lethargically, feeling the warmth of the morning sun peeking through the slats of the blinds, casting delicate patterns across the room. With deliberate movements, she selected her attire for the day, the fabric whispering softly as it settled around her. Descending the stairs, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee welcomed her. Jackson sat at the table with a genial smile gracing his lips as he poured a steaming mug for her. Good morning, his voice, a melodic cadence, accompanied the gesture of sliding the mug toward her. The little ones are still in dreamland. I figured you might savor a few tranquil moments before you go off to work. You truly are the best, Olivia whispered with genuine affection as she pressed a tender kiss to Jackson's lips. Her radiant smile, fueled by the warmth of her affection, seemed almost uncomfortable. Retrieving her coffee mug, she deftly employed her index finger as a sort of hook, capturing the aroma-laden brew. With a graceful descent into a nearby chair, Olivia cradled the mug in her hands, savoring the rich aroma before indulging in a grateful sip of the comforting elixir. Despite being immersed in her element, her mind was already abuzz with their theories and calculations concerning the gateway. However, for the time being, she attempted to set them aside. This was a precious gift intended for pure enjoyment, and she was determined to fully embrace and make the most of it. After breakfast, Olivia pitched in to ready the children for school, shadowing them as she selected their outfits, located their shoes, and handed out the carefully prepared lunches courtesy of Jackson. She oversaw the post-breakfast teeth-brushing routine, recognizing that managing mornings with kids could be a taxing endeavor. Fortunately, Jackson's unwavering dedication as a husband and exemplary parenting skills allowed her the flexibility to immerse herself in long hours at the lab, diligently working on a breakthrough for the betterment of humanity. The pursuit of the breakthrough she dedicated herself to left Olivia with limited involvement in her own children's lives. There were moments when she felt like a stranger to them as they excited her vehicle. She blew them As they exited her vehicle, she blew them kisses, but they ascended the school stairs without glancing back. A departure from a not too distant past when such gestures were routine. The swift evolution of these patterns left her nostalgic, realizing how swiftly things had changed. In that poignant moment, the thought lingered, what if she were absent tomorrow? Would they even miss her? Pushing aside the unsettling notion of her children being indifferent, Olivia pressed on toward the laboratory. Upon her entrance, she discovered her colleagues engrossed in fervent discussion, their voices echoing off of the walls of the meeting room just outside the lab. They sat at a table amid a heated debate. Lena's short hair framed her face with a touch of effortless style, with a blend of strength and agility that complemented her engineering skills. Her intelligence and unwavering loyalty to Olivia showed why she was a part of this team. We've extensively reviewed the data from yesterday's test, she informed, reflecting urgency. While the power fluctuations are showing signs of stabilization, we're still encountering irregular signatures in the portal. It's as if there's an instability that eludes our current understanding. Lena looked up at Olivia, standing beyond the team huddled around the circular table, as she frowned, considering the implications. Instability is an interdimensional portal. Could have catastrophic results, Olivia thought. They would have to run a full diagnostic to determine the cause before attempting another test. Let's schedule a comprehensive systems check, she declared. We can't take any chances at this stage. Meanwhile, keep a vigilant eye on the portal for any alterations. If there are further fluctuations, shut it down immediately. The team nodded, their expressions serious, fully grasping the perils they faced in the uncharted territory. Olivia drew in a deep breath, mentally preparing for the extensive hours of work ahead. The gateway presented her most formidable challenge yet, but her confidence in the team remained steadfast. Together, they would solve this, no matter the cost. Well, I thank you guys for joining in for this this live recording of this of the quantum gateway, or the quantum divide. The quantum divide. A story that I'm working on for Kindle Vella. This is the first episode. If you'd like to join my mailing list, there are links on the YouTube page, and please visit the Amazon Kindle Vella website and follow me there. There are 2 other episodes as of right now. I may read those some other time and post them, but as for now, this is the first episode, and that's what I'm going to post. So thank you again. Follow, like, and subscribe. Have a great day.